What's up, fellow DarkWorld duelists? You guys smashed that like button way above 50 likes on the DarkWorld Therion profile that I showed you guys the other day. So in doing so, you've unlocked the test hand video. Now, as we do with all of our test hands, we do 2 going first and 2 going second. So if you want to be seeing more DarkWorld content, especially the new anti-meta version that I've been putting together for this deck in order to deal with that pesky Kashtira deck, then make sure you get this video way above 50 likes, and if you do, it will unlock that for you as well. So after a very decent shuffle and a good old cut, our opening hand of 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, that hand's really cool. So we're going to start off with Genta. We're going to use Genta's effect, and it will search us out a second copy of Gate. Obviously, we would have liked to have not seen the first copy of the Gate, but we will rock it and roll it as we need to. Now, what we're going to do here is you can risk it for the Ceruli, which is absolutely fine. So we're going to activate the Gate. We're then going to use Gate's effect to banish the Genta as cost, and then discard the Ceruli as effect, drawing 1 card. Broken. We're then going to be able to use Chainlink 1 Ceruli, Chainlink 2 Genta. Genta will summon back to our board, Ceruli will go to our opponent's board. Now we have the ability of 2 options. Now, obviously the random draw was random, but if we go for the rainbow, it will allow us to get a search, and it will guarantee us to put a monster on our board. So if we do it through Greffa will just get rid of the Ceruli and let us look at our opponent's hand, or look at 1 random card for our opponent's hand. If it's a monster, very nice, we get to steal it. If it's not a monster, then sadly we don't get to steal it. So it really comes down to what the matchup you're facing. Chances are you've got a high probability of hitting a monster, but even in the Kashtira deck right now, they're still going to be playing 3 of the, all the new spells. So they've got a lot more spells and traps in the deck, so it may not be as consistent. As we are doing this test hand, rather than risk it for the biscuit and kind of not confirm exactly what we're going to get for, we're going to go with the rainbow, because the rainbow can also guarantee me the monster that I summon, I can add it back to my hand and go again. So we'll discard the rainbow. We will then trigger rainbow's effect. Obviously he'll get both effects. This will allow us to search a level 8 or lower. So I've already got in my hand the Greffa, so I'm going to search myself out a silver. I could search out a gold if I wanted to try and get rid of a Ceruli, but I'm not really that fussed of worrying about Ceruli. We'll then use the second effect of rainbow, and this is going to allow us to summon out 1 of the Dark Worlds from our deck, and then we will have the ability to bounce it back to the hand. So the ideal one that we're probably missing at this exact moment in time, especially when we don't need to use the second Genta effect, is probably going to be Snow. So let's special summon Snow out to the board. Now I can very easily make a rank 4 here and you know, go wild, but I'm not going to do that. We're actually going to go as far as we can, because that's what this deck does. So we return Snow to the hand and we summon out the rainbow. Now obviously the issue we have here by activating the second gate is that we don't have a fiend in the graveyard to banish and then draw, but that, ladies and gentlemen, is where Mothman comes into play. So we're going to activate Mothman, revealing it, and pretty much apart from Mothman, even if we did hit Mothman, it's not the end of the world. Everything that gets hit is going to be a benefit for us. So we roll. Well, obviously it would have been 1 to 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. Should have explained that first. Spend a whole video rolling the dice until it stays in shot 3. So we hit the silver. That'll do. That'll do nicely, don't care. So silver summons, or gets discarded and then summons, and so does Mothman. So we'll draw a card off of that. Okay, Greffa, sure. So then on this one, what we're going to do, we're going to keep it very, very simple. We're going to overlay both of those, and we're going to go into our Daguerres, because Daguerres discards as effect, not cost. Very nice. So we're going to draw 2. Hello, Greffa. Okay. We're going to ditch 1. The Greffa is obviously going to set us up very, very nicely, because that Greffa is going to give us the ability, or off of the Snow, we're going to get a further ability as well. So we're going to discard the Snow, we're going to use Snow's effect. This is going to allow us to add either an Archives or an Ascension. I kind of want to be a little bit greedy, there's no reason to be going for the Ascension in this play, but I'm going to be greedy, I'm going to go for the Archive, just because I can get the Greffa in the graveyard, I can loot my hand resource, and I'm just going to dig for the Ascension anyway. We'll go the hard route. Why make it simple on ourselves? So what we're going to do here is we're going to activate the Archives. Archives will allow us to discard 1 as effect, so we will discard a Greffa. This will boost these 2 by 800. It will also pop the Ceruli, which is really, really nice. And then because a card got discarded via card effect, it will allow us to activate Archives effect. So it would be Chain Link 1. Technically, it would be like Chain Link 1 Grepher, as it is mandatory to pop the Ceruli, and then Chain Link 2 Archives to draw and discard. So we'll have to discard first, so I'll discard a second Grepher and we'll draw 2. Catalyzer and Snake. Fine. So then what we can do here, we've got a fairly decent hand. Keep in mind we still haven't used Gate's effect. Like I could have done Gate instead of Archives, either way. So what we'll do is we'll return Rainbow. I can return both. So we'll return Rainbow to the hand, Grepher, and we'll return Silver to the hand, Grepher. Broken. Okay, let's get another level 8 on board, and I'm just going to go Coach King, because what? How easy is it for me to get another level 8 on the board? Relatively easy, I suppose. So let's reveal Sukanoko. So 1 to 6, we're pretty much covered on everything there. 3. So we hit Catalyzer. Summon the Snake. Snake will let us draw a random card. Valora Darkness. Okay. This is what I just love about this deck, is that it's just so random. But obviously you do have designated plays you want to go for and everything else like that. That's not a major issue. But it does allow you to just keep going and going and going and going, which is really kind of cool. I'm going to set the Allure and I'm going to reveal Bigfoot. So 1 to 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 4, hit the Silver. Oh no, I've done the rookie mistake. Let's fix that rookie mistake, shall we? Yeah, link those 2 off first. We'll go to Cross Sheep. Discard the Silver. I always tell people don't like to remember to do that. And I always forget it myself. So we draw 1 off of the Bigfoot. And we summon back the Silver. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Silver would have just stayed in grave, which would have sucked. But is what it is. So we've got our 3 level 8s here. So we're going to overlay all 3 level 8s here. We're not going to be going into a battle phase this turn, so it doesn't really matter. Still have a Laura Darkness. So we're going to go into our Coach Trainer. Coach Trainer will pretty much detach all 3, but you do detach 1 at a time. So detach 1 if it's a monster, your opponent burns for 800. If it's a monster, burns for 800. If it's a monster. So we've still got Ascension in the graveyard, which will technically allow me to set up rainbow plays. which I don't really need to do yet. So I'm going to go Allure. I'm going to draw 2. Haven't even normal summon. How crazy is that? Do I want beige? I don't really want beige. But then again, Rainbow's used all of his effects. There's no one more for him to search. So let's go for another Allure. Look at this hand advantage. My God. There's the Raven. That's the one we wanted. Oh, we got talents as well. Oh, yo. We are going to rip our opponent apart. Have I gone through all 3 rainbows yet? I don't think so. I've got 1 banish, 1 in hand, none in the graveyard. But I've got 2 Greffers, so let's banish. Yeah, I'm going to get greedy. Let's banish this rainbow. I probably shouldn't be banishing the rainbow, but like I said, I'm going to get greedy, so I'm going to do it. Normal summon Raven, which is pretty much what I was looking for. Effective Raven, discard. There's no point in doing Cerulean yet. Discard gold to increase Raven to level 3. Bring back gold. We're going to sink into... I mean, I don't even need to go Sagas because I don't even need to search out Therion. But just so you can see the combo as you play out. So we're going to the Mantis. We use Mantis effect. This is going to send Lily Warrior from deck to graveyard. There we go. Obviously we've got the level 8 on the board, so we can overlay these into the Sagas. Sagas can then use his effect. We'll put the Graph. It doesn't detach. What am I talking about? Use Sagas effect to search out Therion, so we'll search out the Reptile. So we can use Regulus's effect to summon itself and attach it with Lily. I don't believe there's any machines in the graveyard that I might have overlooked. Nope, all fiends. So we'll attach it with Lily. No, I can go a little bit further. So we use Reptile. Reptile will target the Lily in the graveyard to equip it with itself, and then it will use its effect to discard a card. So I've got the Nessie. We'll discard the Nessie to summon the Lily. This will trigger the Nessie's effect to search out a danger. Sorry. So we'll search out Mothman because we can. God, the deck's really thin right now. What other options have we got? Got more rank 8s? Yeah, we've got more rank 8s. How much further do I want to go? I mean, I can get more cards to the board. That's not an issue at all. Like, I can talents. Look at my opponent's hand. I can draw 2. I can do whatever really with this one. Let's go talents. We'll look at our opponent's hand just for the sake of it. Like, I mean, if they got a Dark Ruler, I can be like, yup, nope. Get rid of that. Kind of need to get one of the... I mean, there is a way of doing it. I've got the Ascension in the graveyard, and the Ascension in the graveyard will basically make me send beige. I suppose we kind of have to do it that way, really, don't we? Big Sage. I mean, there are ways of doing it. I've got more links. I've got IP. I suppose that's the way to... So this is like full board, so you don't really need to be doing this, but it is a way to do it. So we'll activate Ascension in the graveyard. We'll discard the Cerulean. We'll give our opponent Cerulean. Cerulean's effect will make us discard the beige. Beige will summon itself back. We'll bounce the beige to the hand for... Do we have any more rainbows? I don't think we do. Bounce it back for the Greffer. We'll link the Greffer and the Reptile, just because it's a bit of an eyesore, off and go into IP. And then we will Regulus, target the Reptile, and equip it with the Reptile. There we go. So we can set 2 Ascensions if we want to, just because, I mean, evenly matched would be pretty funny. But we've got 2 cards in our hand. Now, obviously not the best for like hand loop or anything. Actually, we can't even get evenly matched or imperm because of that. But they've got to deal with a Regulus negate. They've got to deal with a anything negate. They've got, once Regulus has used his effect, I've got IP that can use Lily to go into Unicorn. The only other thing that's missing here, if I really wanted to, would be to sacrifice the Regulus negate and just overlay into a Hope Harbinger. And then none of this is getting attacked, and Hope Harbinger can attach and detach and negate and do everything it needs to. So pretty insane, pretty insane. Now obviously that was, you know, I went overboard with a lot of things there. Like I could have ended a lot earlier, but I would like to think, bar a Dark Ruler no more, which even with talents, unless they top deck it, and if they top deck it, you just have to go, well, guess my luck's not on my side. There's no way they're winning that, because like They can't break that board unless they've got that DarkWorld or no more, or a Droplets, and even then you would have looked at a hand and gone, okay, I'm screwed no matter what I do, or you would have gone, okay, whatever. So, absolutely insane. We'll shuffle this up, and I mean, like, I only kind of digged as far as I did just to show off the Therion combo. But yeah, so we're going to shuffle this up. There was a very good suggestion earlier from Plague Spreader that basically said about playing 2 Cerulees and Lucian, but it was something to do with a Trance Archfiend, I believe it was no, Infernity, sorry. So it was kind of cool. Anyway, shuffle up, and our next hand of 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, ooh, okay, okay. This is interesting. I mean, it's always interesting when you do open up a piece of the Therion combo, because it's not something that you really want in your hand. So I've got 2 options here. I can deck thin using the Disc Coliseum first and then activate a Law to guarantee that I don't draw the card that I want to search, but then searching it is kind of redundant in a sense. Like, there's no point in searching for a Therion until you get a Therion in the graveyard. It's kind of like, do I care, really? So, very interesting hand. I'm going to allure it first. I swear, if there's 2 Therions on the top, I'll cry. Ah, oh, no, it's a Regulus. Okay, fine. Let's get rid of Bigfoot. Like, Bigfoot is probably the worst danger for me right now. We'll set the talents. We'll activate the Disc Coliseum. Disc Coliseum will search us out a Therion, and we'll search out... I mean, Lily's only going to be able to search me out the spell, which she's already done. Reptile can... I mean, I suppose Reptile could technically discard a card to summon out the regular, so Reptile's probably the best one to have in the hand. We'll set the talents. We'll shuffle up. We'll reveal Nessie, I suppose is the best one to go for. So 1 to 4, 5, 6 reroll. 5, 6 reroll. 5, 6 reroll. 6. What? Joel, why can't my normal dice rolls be this good? Another 5. What the hell? That was a 6. Terrible. 3. Oh, phew. Regulus. Probably a good one to hit, to be fair. Nessie summons and draws a card. We'll reveal Mothman. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, do we reveal Mothman? No, we don't. Let's do Reptile first. Add the Regulus. Do I summon the Regulus? Interesting. I mean, if I reveal the Mothman, I get a random draw off of Mothman and a summon if it successfully summons. If I discard it off the Reptile, I'll get a draw 1, ditch 1, but so will my opponent. And unless I draw into something worthwhile, I suppose I could still summon it regardless. So let's reveal it. And because if we get it wrong, then if I call it right, that gets discarded, that goes there, and I draw the card, and the card I draw needs to be discarded. So it's probably better. All right, let's use Reptile. Reptile will summon out the Regulus. We'll draw 1 and ditch 1. Jackalope. Whoa. Okay, we're going to risk this. We're going to discard the Jackalope. We will use Jackalope's effect. We're going to special summon out Bigfoot. We'll overlay Bigfoot, Regulus, and Reptile for the Coach King. That's it. We're going to go Coach King diving, boys. So I think like the only Therion left is Lily, which isn't so bad because it can technically equip the Regulus from the graveyard. So I really like the Reptile. I'm going to have to try and find my blooming super now. So we're going to Coach Trainer. This is where I just get free spells of a Coach Trainer, I swear. So, Coach Trainer number 1. Whoa, no, we're going free spells, boys. I get it above 800. Oh, okay, beige. Whew, okay, fine. Is there any fiends in the graveyard? Nope. Bit of everything. Everything but a fiend. So, Gate is completely useless to me right now until I get beige to the graveyard. Luckily, I haven't normal summoned. Not that I want to be doing it this way. I mean, I suppose I could have gone a Sagas first, but either way. I mean, I'd have the normal summon the beige, link these 2 off, go into Cross Sheet, or any link 2. I suppose IP is probably the more defensive, but then Cross Sheet works if I get a Greffer. Activate the Gates over the Coliseum. Gates effect, banish, beige, discard silver, draw 1. deal. Silverwood summon back. And after all that, I guess I'm passing on a 3 negate Appaloosa. Okay, that wasn't the greatest, but you know, if all the test stands in a DarkWorld Danger deck were broken, then the deck would be tier 0. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, wasn't the greatest, but you can kind of see what happens when you open up pieces of Therion combo. So like I said, all decks have their benefits and their negatives. So we'll soon see. Anyway, we're going to shuffle this up. We're going to no-go second. This is where Bigfoot does become very, very important, as he is your board breaker, your combo extender, and a Mac Daddy boss monster. So, after a very decent shuffle and a good old, a good old cut, our opening hand of 6 this time will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, guy in second, pretty good hand, not gonna lie. It's actually a really good combo with these two. So we'll use Genta. Genta's effect will search out Gate. God, this is why you got Gate in the hand. I mean, the thing is, people are going to be like, oh, that's why you play 3 Gate. So if you see 1 Gate, you can still use Genta twice. And I'm going to be like, no, the reason you don't play 3 Gate is because if I see multiple Gate, that's going to suck. So shuffle this up. Activate Gate. Gate do its thing. Banish Genta as cost. Discard Rainbow. Draw 1 card. Reptile. I mean, Reptile's not too bad. Summon this back. Use Rainbow's effect. Searches out a level 8 or higher. Because we're going second, I'm going to go for Gorefa. Okay, shuffle this up. Reptile still doesn't have a target. I kind of need a danger on this one. So we'll return Genta to the hand with something about a Rainbow. I'll activate a Law, I suppose is the best thing here because there's not really anything more I can do. Draw 2. Silver and a Nessie, that's what I wanted. That works. Let's get rid of Genta because Genta is of no use to me right now. Bar being a normal summon, it's of no use. So, I'm going to set the talents. I mean, the chances are if I'm going second, my opponent is probably activating an effect, but for the sake of the test stands, I'll probably only activate talents if we resolve the Saruni effect. I don't mind losing Reptile because I can add it back with Lily. So, I mean, Gate. Do I want to activate Gate? It doesn't really. Yeah, I suppose I'll probably activate the Gate to save it. Alright, reveal Nessie. 1 of 5, 6 reroll. 5, hit the Nessie, sure. Nessie's effect replaced itself and replaced itself with Mothman. I think Mothman's probably the best option we have here. Where are you, said Mothman? There we go, Mothman. Could have gone for a Bigfoot, but I don't think it would have provided much for us. We will reveal Mothman. 1 of 5, 6 reroll. 2, Reptile hits. Come on, Reptile. There we go. Reptile hits. Mothman summons. Draws 1. Still didn't get one of those in the graveyard. Like, what the heck? Lily will then use her effect to summon herself back and equips itself with the Reptile. Lily. I'm 99% sure. I'm just going to check this. But will the Reptile provide? I mean, I assume it's the same as the rest of the Therions, that it provides its effect to it if it's equipped. So, if Therion wants to equip with this card, gains 7, and it can activate the second effect listed above as if it was its own. Discard a card to target a Therion monster card in your spell and trap zone and special summon it. Obviously, it discards its cost, but that's not the end of the world because I can loop it back to my hand. So, Lily can then search me out a Regulus. So that's fine. We'll use the Reptile effect through Lily to discard this, to target this, summon the Reptile, absolutely fine. Obviously it's discarded as cost, not effect, so we don't get anywhere. We then get to return the Rainbow to the hand. Still no secondary Fiend in the graveyard for that second Gate to go off yet. But I can now use Lily's effect and send either the Reptile or herself to the graveyard to get this Colosseum. The only issue with that is I mean, not looping everything, but not really. I mean, the Reptile's only 21. Do I want to send the Reptile first? Get the Disc Colosseum. It still doesn't really do anything for me. I haven't normal summoned yet, so I suppose that's the kicker. We'll have to normal summon our Snow. We'll overlay Snow with our Mothman, and we'll go down the dark route of Spaghetti's, detach 2, draw 2, ditch 1. Let's ditch rainbow. Yeah, let's do rainbow because then I can search out Greffa. So, Greffa's effect will, Rainbow's effect will resolve searching me out the Greffa. I've got 3 level 8s on the board. I could go for the Coach King, but we're going second, so I don't really want to be using Coach King. So let's use Gate's effect. Gate will allow me to discard the Greffa, and we will banish as cost the Snow, which will allow me to draw 1 card. It will also allow me to trigger the Greffa effect to pop a card my opponent controls. Now I get Raven. Okay, I've got Cross Sheep and Ascension that can both come in massive hands here. So we've already used that. So Lily, send Reptile, get Regulus. Sorry, not Regulus, I've skipped a step. Get Colosseum. Colosseum will get Regulus. There we go, skipping ahead of myself. There we go. Colosseum adds Regulus. Regulus effect, target the reptile in the graveyard and re-equipped it to itself. There we go. Good. Just make sure I'm just... Lily does send any, I believe. Oh, I send 1 card from my hand or field to the graveyard. It's any card. I've got that. So I could get Reptile on the board. Either way, I want to clear some space off. So, I can get the Greffa to the graveyard, and then let's get rid of... It's probably the Garys is probably the smartest thing to get rid of. We're going to Cross Sheep. This is how I'm going to be able to get Raven plays going. So, activate Ascension. What do we want to do here? Discard a Greffa. Do I want to activate Ascension right now? No, let's not activate Ascension right now. Let's... Oh, I can't if I set the Ascension. Alright, let's activate Ascension. Internal Screaming. We'll banish 1 Greffa. Do I want to discard a card or do I want to banish another one from the graveyard? I don't want to discard a card. We'll discard Silver, because then Silver can summon itself back. Going to the Greffa Fusion. We'll then be able to trigger Silver's effect and, of course, Cross Sheep's effect. Cross Sheep's effect will bring back... do I want to use Cross Sheep right now? Trying to think if there is a way to get this to... Get me that Fabled Raven to the board. I mean, I suppose it's not a big reason. It's not a big issue. I can OTK with what we've got here. I'm just trying to think if there is a way to do it a little bit more efficiently. Already done that. Reptile's done that. Lily's done hers. Regulus is still on board. So is that. Silver will technically be summoning itself back. Question is, do I Cross Sheep now? Or do I save it when I can get Raven to the graveyard? That is the question. I'm going to save it actually. I'm going to save Cross Sheep. Let's see if we can get this to work. So we will return Silver to the hand and we'll return Rainbow to the hand. We're then going to activate the effect of Ascension in the graveyard, discarding the Rainbow, triggering the Rainbow effect to search out a level 5 or higher. And the reason we're going to do this is we're going to go for our 3rd Greffa. Now, if we're worried about our opponent activating a monster effect, we can, of course, go for gold instead. That will help us clear off more monsters. We'll actually go for Greffa. We'll then reveal, we'll set the Ascension, we'll reveal Sukanoko, so 1 to 4, 5, 6 reroll, 3, hit the Silver. Done it again, damn it. Oh well. Snake comes down, draw a card. Silver stays in the graveyard, because I am a fool! Such a fool! Probably should have overlaid some monsters, that would have been smart. Should have overlaid. What I should have done is I should have overlaid these. Obviously Sagas can't search anything because I've gone through all of my materials. I should have done that first and then this would summon back. And then by doing so, I return this to this. And that is it. I mean, that's pretty much game on board anyway. I can link these into Unicorn if I want to. Ah, there you go, that's how I do it. Didn't even use Cross Sheep's effect. Link those into Unicorn. Unicorn's effect, ditch. Where are you? Fabled Raven, spin a card. And then I could, if I wanted to, rank up as well. But not really needed. I do also have, yeah, you can kind of push it from there. You can see the example there that I'm going for. Like, I think I'm kind of getting stuck in this loop of I really want to highlight how good the Therion bit is, and it is really, really fun to have in this deck. It's not like meta crunching, but it is really fun to have the Therion part of this deck. So, anyway, let's do a final test down, guys, in a second. Obviously, I know each test down's taking like 10 minutes long each, but we'll try and, it's kind of same loops, but I just like showing what this deck can do. It's really fun. I'm not saying that this is the best version of this deck by far. It's just really, really fun, and like I said, I'm getting caught up in the focusing on the Therion bit when I'm missing all of the the generic basic DarkWorld stuff that I've done 101 times before. Anyway, shuffle up, cut, final hand of 6 being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hand is okay. Genta searches ourselves out a Gates of the Darkworld. We'll activate said Gates of the Darkworld. We'll use the Gates of the Darkworld effect, banishing the Genta and discarding Snow, because we're going to get greedy. We're then going to shuffle out and draw one random card first. So shuffle up, draw a random card. Oh, we are getting so greedy this turn. Genta comes back. Snow's effect triggers. Snow's effect is going to search us out archives. We're going to activate the archives. We're going to use the second effect of this Genta to search us out a second Gate of the Darkworld, wherever that may be. Gate of the Darkworld. We're going to activate the second Gate of the Darkworld. We're going to use the effect of the second Gate of the Darkworld to banish the Genta again, and this time we're going to discard the Rainbow. This will allow us to resolve after shuffling to draw a random card. Hello, Genta number 3. Will then resolve as Chainlink 1 Rainbow. Chainlink 1 Archive, Chainlink 2 Rainbow. Rainbow will search us out a Grepher as we are being aggressive. We could go for a level 5 and loop it back, but we're going to get that anyway. And then we're going to resolve the archives to draw 2 and ditch 1. So we're going to be ditching the Grepher. We're going to be drawing 2 cards of a Rainbow and a Ceruli. The Grepher's effect will trigger to pop 1 card our opponent controls. We will then add the Genta back to the hand for the Rainbow, and we will then add the Rainbow back to the hand for the Grepher. Very aggressive this hand, it's beautiful. So now what we can do if we want to is we can activate the effect of the archives discarding the Ceruli, giving the Ceruli to our opponent, boosting this by an additional 100 attack. Ceruli's effect will now trigger, forcing us to discard a card, so we will discard the Rainbow. This will now trigger Rainbow's effect to special summon a level 4 from the deck, which will be our Snow, and this will then also allow us to add a level 5 or higher, which will be Grepher. We will then use Rainbow's effect to add the Snow back to the hand. This hand is crazy, and summon himself back. We now have the ability to normal summon the Raven if we want to, and start to level manipulate. So if we wanted to level manipulate, we're not going to be able to get into any of our synchros because we're going to be going way above the level requirements, because at the moment we've got the exact requirements for a level 10 synchro, and in doing so, by putting the Grepher into the graveyard, we'll be able to loop back even further if we want to. That being said, we probably do want to be using Raven's effect at some point to discard cards, but for now, we're just going to reveal a danger. So we're going to reveal Snake, and because there are 7 cards in hand, we'll shuffle this up. Oh, hello. We'll shuffle this up and we'll pick the middle one, just because. So the middle one is 7, so that one there. We show Snake, it's not Snake. Snake summons. This is where we can start using the level manipulation to our favour. We draw a card, we get a Mothman. What are we currently on? A 3, 4, 5. So I need to discard 3 cards. Are there 3 cards in my hand that I can discard and get advantage of? Yes, there is. Raven's effect, discard 1, 2, and 3. This is going to increase Raven's level by 3. I will then be able to trigger all 3 effects. Grepher will trigger to destroy the Ceruli. Rainbow will trigger to search us out a gold, or a silver actually, silver. And the Snow will trigger to search us out an Ascension. We are in fine form right now. Our Raven is currently a level 5, so what we're going to do here is we're going to sync these 2 together, and we are going to go into the level 8 Mantis. We're then going to use Mantis's effect to send from the deck to the graveyard an insect or a plant, which of course will be Therion Lily Borea. We will then overlay the Mantis with the Grepher, and in doing so we do lock the Grepher out until we detach material, which you don't do on the Gigantic on Sargus, but that's where of course you could in theory go for X-Blower. You could then use X-Blower's effect to detach 2, to pop 2 cards additionally, then go into the Sargus, Then you can return the rainbow to the hand for a Grepher. You can then use Sargus's effect. This will allow you to search out your Therion King Regulus. This is where the full combo is going to be shown to you guys as well, which is really nice. Regulus will target the Lily in the graveyard. Lily's effect will trigger, sending herself to search you out the Discoliseum. Discoliseum will be activated to add the Reptile. Reptile's effect will trigger to target the Lily. You'll then use Reptile's effect to discard a card and summon back the Lily. Now, at this particular moment in time, the only card that you want that you can discard, or that will discard and give you advantage, would be the Mothman. So it's entirely up to you whether you want to do that right now or if you want to save it. You still have plenty of plays to make as well, because you still have the ability to go into Ascension. So this is all obviously going to be pushing our luck, because there is no real need to overdo it. The one thing you could do is try and focus on getting into a rank 4 and then detach material to pop cards through the Sargus. But you've also got the Ascension plays, which is going to give you the Fusion monster, and of course you've got the Reptile to be summoning out the Lily alongside a Regulus that can be a negate. So you've got so much more you can go and push and do. You've got 2 more dangers you haven't even activated. Ascension can be used to discard the Rainbow to give you an additional search. It can be used to discard the Silver to give you an additional summon. It really does depend on where you want to go from here. Just having a quick look now. We've got a Rainbow to bounce back. Just for the sake of it, I'll activate the Ascension. The Ascension will banish the Grepher from the graveyard, discard the Silver. Silver will of course summon after, and the reason he's going to summon is we're going to put the Grepher Fusion into the extra monster zone. You'll then return the Silver to the hand, and you'll be able to upgrade that into a Rainbow. So now your board is looking like this. If you wanted to go even further, considering these are like the strongest cards on the board, you would be kind of making losing attack points to do this, but it's just to kind of show a fact that you can. So you'd overlay these two into like a Hope Harbinger, just because you can, and then you can activate this effect, the Reptile's effect, to discard a card, again anyone you want. This can then summon out the Lily. So you just keep going and going and going and going, and you're looping your plays. You still got the ability to discard a Rainbow to search. You could have discarded a Silver to summon. Like, it's absolutely insane. Didn't even need to use links. And this is what makes this deck so good, is that technically when it goes off, it has the ability to utilize main deck boss monsters. It can utilize XYZs. It can utilize fusions. So really, like, it doesn't care about a card like the Barrier or anything like that, because it just utilizes so many different types of monsters. Anyway, this is what I love about this deck, is because it gives you, it's one of them ones where it's like, oh, you know what, I want to try a variety. I want to be able to play a deck that can play Synchros, Fusions, XYZs, even Links, you name it, this is the one for you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share. Fully in-depth video, fully enjoyed this deck, and we'll continue to do so with the anti-meta version in the upcoming format. For now, as absolutely always, guys, stay safe, and of course, happy dueling.